Hello friends, welcome back to Mirror of Psychology. Please subscribe the channel for more educational videos. And today we are going to learn about strategies of problem solving. Whenever we face a problem, we try different methods to solve it. Sometimes the strategies we use take longer but they guarantee a correct answer. Other times we use quicker shortcuts which save time but don't always guarantee success. Psychologists usually divide these approaches into two broad categories, which are algorithms and heuristics. Let's understand them with simple examples. An algorithm is a step by step procedure that always leads to the correct solution if followed properly. For example, in cooking, if you follow the instructions exactly, you will end up with the right dish. Similarly, in mathematics, if you multiply 12 into 12, no matter how many times you do it, you will always get the answer 144 if you followed the steps correctly. Now let's take another example. Suppose you are given the letters Y, B, O and ask them to rearrange them to form a meaningful word. Using an algorithm, you would try every possible combination and eventually you would get the correct answer, which is boy. That's guaranteed success. But if the letters are much longer like this, then trying out every possible combination would take forever. So while algorithms are reliable, they can also be painfully slow for complex problems, and this is where we use heuristics. A heuristic is like a mental shortcut. It doesn't guarantee success, but it helps you to reach a solution faster. For example, take the letters D, W, A, R, G. Instead of testing all possible combinations, you might look for familiar letter patterns like DR or GR. From there, you can quickly figure out words like draw, brag, or brad. But the problem here is you might miss out on some other words because you skip trying all possibilities. Psychologists have found that humans tend to rely more on heuristics than algorithms simply because they save time and effort. Within heuristics, there are several specific techniques that we use in problem solving. Let's learn them. One such heuristic method is called generate and test. Let's say I ask you to think of 10 food items that start with the letter C. You might generate words like cake, carrot, or coffee. At the same time, you will also filter out words that don't fit the description like cable or ketchup. Here you are generating possibilities and testing them against the condition. But this method becomes frustrating when there are too many possibilities. Like if you are trying to guess a forgotten ATM pin, you might eventually crack it, but your patience will probably run out. Another heuristic is means end analysis, where end means your goal and means are the actions or steps you take to get there. So, means end analysis is a problem solving strategy where you look at where you are right now and compare it to where you want to be and then choose the steps that reduce the gap between the two. Suppose you have a math equation like this and your goal is to find the missing number. Your current state is that you only know 10 and 25 and the difference is the missing number. The means here is applying subtraction. That is 25 minus 10 gives you 15 and that's your solution. So in short, means end analysis is like asking yourself what is the difference between my current and my goal state and what actions can I take to reduce the difference, and you keep doing this until you reach the end. Sometimes solving a problem is easier if we start from the end and work backward. This is called backward search. For example, while solving a maze, up and starting at the finish point and tracing back make it much easier to see the path. There is another heuristic we use while solving problem, and that is the planning strategy. Many students, when facing a long question paper, don't jump directly into the lengthy essay type questions. Instead, they first answer the simpler parts like MCQs or true and false items. This builds their confidence. Once the easier section is completed, they move on to the more complex and time consuming questions. Another heuristic technique is thinking aloud. Here, instead of keeping the thought process in your head, you say out loud everything you are thinking while solving the problem. Apart from these, there are many other creative strategies. Some people use abstraction, which is solving a simplified version of the problem before dealing with the real one. Others use divide and conquer, where you break a huge problem into its smaller pieces before solving them. Then there are techniques like lateral thinking, which encourages us to think outside the box. And there is the classic trial and error where you keep testing options until something works. Groups often use brainstorming where everyone throws in ideas and combines them to find the best possible solution. That's all for today's video. If you found these strategies interesting, try to apply them to small problems in your daily life and notice which one works best for you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more psychology related insights.